Hi, my name is Elaine. I'm a patient of Dr. Joseph Naeem, and I'm having the gastric sleeve surgery in approximately 7 weeks. And I want to bring you along on my journey. Right now, I weigh 380 pounds, and at my peak, I weighed 459 pounds. Because I think I've tried every diet that there is for most of my life. I would lose, one time I lost 180 pounds, and I put it back on in probably 2 or 3 years. Another time I lost almost 200 pounds again. Another time I lost about 70 pounds. It was just all for up and down most of my life. And I had 3 children, and after their birth, the first one I gained a lot of weight. I took it right off, had no problem. Got pregnant again, gained weight, took it off. And when the children were little, I was able to keep the weight off. And then I just, I started medicating myself, I guess, by eating. And it's just been snowballing. I mean, it's just been gain, lose, gain, lose, gain, lose for most of my life. It's awful. It's horrible to be obese like this because people stare at you. If someone invites you over to their house, you're scared to death you're going to break their chair. You go to a restaurant, you have to make sure ahead of time that they have tables and not just booths. And then you have to worry about what kind of chairs. So I've just basically don't go anymore. I've just sort of hibernate. My son gets me out, and I go in the wheelchair, and he can just push the wheelchair up to the table. But there are just so many things. I'm just watching life go by, and I'd give anything if I could get on a bicycle again and play with my grandkids and bike ride with my grandchildren. I feel like a freak. I feel like a freak. I feel like I'm in jail, and I feel sometimes I don't want to get out of bed, and I don't get out of bed until, I have a little dog, and I get out of bed for her. Some days, not every day. My family brings me happiness, and they're very supportive, but it's awful. And then I think to myself, well, you did this to yourself, And I know now part of the reason was because of sexual abuse when I was a child. And I'm just starting to put 2 and 2 together, that I think I've done this deliberately to keep men away. Because I've been married 3 times, and I would start looking really good and get married and immediately gain the weight back. And I used it as finally I just used it as a way to keep men away. I didn't want any more any more to do with men. And I didn't understand that for a long time. I understand it now, but I'm just really looking forward to this surgery because I know my life is going to change. I have no expectations of being a beauty queen or weighing 120 pounds, just as long as I can get around and exercise, go to the gym, ride a bicycle, do the things. I can't grocery shop. I can't, I want to do those things again. And I'm just looking forward to living again. Oh, if I'm extremely happy about something, we got to celebrate. I mean, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. If I'm upset about something, I want to be full. I just want to eat, you know. If I'm mad at somebody, oh, I'll show them. And I'm eating the whole time, and it's not a conscious thing that I'm putting this food in my mouth, or how much I'm putting in my mouth, until I'm done, and then I realize that how much I've eaten, and I know why, but it sedates me, I guess. And it seems like every year it's gotten worse, you know, medicating myself. It makes me sleep at night. I sleep better. I go to sleep faster on a full stomach, you know, especially if I eat my favorite foods, which are macaroni and cheese, all the carbs. I don't have that big of a problem with sweets, but boy, carbs, I love. When I go out in public, I know people stare, and I've sort of learned not to look to the side or to look anybody in the eyes, because I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that they're staring at me, and I like to pretend that people aren't staring at me. Some people will just look at me and shake their head, and other people will smile. Some people have walked up to me and patted me on the back, and it brings tears to my eyes, because to me they're saying, I feel sorry for you. And then that makes me really feel like a loser. I had an experience several years ago at a really nice restaurant, and I was at my peak weight then. I was about 449 pounds. I walked in, and there was a gentleman there with his family, and he looked me up and down, and he just shook his head back and forth, and then he went like that. And we got seated across from him, and through the whole meal, he stared at me, and just, I don't know, and every once in a while he would go like that, and just the dirtiest look. And I think that's when I really started staying home. I started hibernating. I brought some kind of anger out in him, in disgust, that I hadn't seen in anybody that bad anyway. But that really opened my eyes to what people think about, some people think about fat people. And I try not to be judgmental myself, and I was shocked that somebody could be that angry when it's really none of their business. I feel totally isolated. I can no longer vacuum. I can't take my trash out because it's clear, you know, I don't know how far away, maybe 500 feet away. I can't get my own mail anymore. Going to somebody's house, or going to dinner or to lunch, my son has to come and get me and put me in the wheelchair, and that's how I go now. So I don't go that often, and I don't have a lot of friends. I have a great family. I have 3 great children, and they're very supportive, thank God. Otherwise, I think I would have ended it. I really do, if it hadn't been for my family. I have a great sister and a great girlfriend that would do anything for me and have. And without them, I know I would have taken my own life. My biggest hope is to be able to walk without a walker or a cane, to be able to go get my own mail, to be able to ride a bicycle again, to be able to go grocery shopping. I used to hate to grocery shop. Now I am so looking forward to grocery shopping. I'm looking forward to cleaning my own apartment. I mean, all the things that most people just take for granted and dread doing, I'm really looking forward to doing. But mostly, I'm looking forward to playing with my grandchildren while they're still young. And I want to live to see them get married.